Hello everybody and welcome to the upper bracket finals for the EON series season 5. I'm here joined today by Victor. I am Esports Wiggle. I'll be your main play-by-play caster.
Yeah,
Sorry.
play-by.
And we have our shoutcaster for our analyst, Victor.
Guys. Yeah, it seems like a really, really strong match. I mean, I've definitely seen the way the BYD have been playing against. It does seem like both teams are quite strong at this point.
Absolutely. And I think one thing that will be exciting today is the fact that both teams, Make Your Destiny and Myth, are very strong. Both, obviously, in this upper bracket final today, clash of titans practically. And it will be a great match to see. Both teams, very high-ranked players. We've got a lot of champs. We've got a lot of very great players. And it'll be interesting to see who will come out on top today.
I mean, yeah, these the operators that they like to play a lot around does seem like they'll be banned quite a bit. So I'm kind of curious how they're going to switch it up.
Yeah, it'd be definitely interesting to see. Obviously, you know, coming into this era of Siege, there is a lot of hard breach bans. There is a lot of, especially on defense, every round it's electric bans. We've got mirror bans everywhere. Just it's going to be a lot of very playing around denial, trying to get around everywhere on these maps. There's going to be a lot of interesting plays to be made for sure. And I just want to ask, who do you think is going to take it today?
Oh, I mean, from what I've seen, BYD changed their roster a few months ago. They fully changed their roster.
Yeah.
So it might be interesting to see, since they've pushed it all the way to upper finals, how much more they can push it through.
Mm-hmm. I'm very interested to see Myth actually. Obviously, British team have to support the British. So we've got obviously Myth, British, and Make Your Destiny are French-Belgian team. And the interesting thing about Myth is they were actually meant to go up against Make Your Destiny in the first round of these Swiss brackets, but have, I believe, lost by forfeit to bring them down. But they've won every game since then, and now we've got the fated, of course, match back up into this upper bracket. And I think one thing that I'll be really interested to see is the fact that Myth, in particular, have very interesting play styles. So I would love to see how they exactly try to get the win after the forfeit loss in round 1.
You know, this way I'm trying to understand when certain bans are going to come out. I'm just particularly curious when we're going to see that mirror ban, when are we going to see even a Deimos ban.
Absolutely.
I've seen a lot of hard breach bans recently, and like you said, the electric bans as well. They seem to pop up quite a lot, and rightfully so, because those are the operators that change up the game.
Absolutely.
That make the outcome viable.
There's so many game-changing operators in this era of Siege. I mean, 76 in total for the game. It's quite a lot. One operator that I would absolutely need to see not banned is Azami. I'd love to see both teams just stick that Azami and try and play on those rafters, maybe like Clubhouse. We have Nighthaven Labs. And even some lineups on Oregon and Chalet, which are really, really lethal when they come into play. And Mira as well. As much as she's a really popular ban, if we could get some sort of other defender bans, focus on the mute and electrics, we could have some really interesting plays in all of these sites.
I feel like because I've recently been getting into Rainbow Six, I just really want to see some pros play Deimos. I feel like Deimos is such a underrated character. Yes, he reveals himself partially, but it's the way you can see both of each other through the wall after activating the ability. It really proves to me like, okay, now this is the 1v1 time. This is like, okay, let's start this.
Yeah, I love seeing Deimos gameplay. It is very fun to watch because not only does he isolate 1v1s, but it's the fact he knows which operator he's going to isolate. And if he catches someone on a roam, it can be such an influential kill. Deimos is an amazing operator that I would not be surprised to see some sort of ban here.
Exactly. Like, imagine if you're playing Deimos and then you activate your ability and you catch a flanking cav. Like, that must be detrimental.
Yeah. As you can see, we got the tournament bracket here. It's covered by Excel spreadsheet though, so a bit hard to read.
We'll get the viewers soon.
But we do know that this winner of the round will go up to the grand final, and the loser will have to play against someone in the bottom bracket below, and possibly, say if Make Your Destiny loses this round, we could see them win the next game and come back up into the grand final and possibly verse Myth again, or vice versa. Myth lose this one, but they do win and see the last fight with Make Your Destiny.
I mean, this weekend will be a tough one. It's all happening one day after another, with all these matches happening this Friday, today, Saturday, and Sunday.
There we go. Got the spreadsheet
Got our
out
screen
the way.
back. Beautiful.
I know, lovely. That was a bit hard to see.
We're going to be able to see the tournament roster.
I really cannot wait to see this, though. This game will be happening very soon, so stay tuned. And I'd just like to ask, what maps would you like to see?
Ooh, maps. I feel like it's still a tricky one with that because both teams are really good, especially on some of these maps that I've been seeing. I forget what the name of the map is. The one that's like near like a beach.
Oh, Coastline.
Coastline, yes.
Coastline,
yes.
yeah.
I want to see Coastline. I feel like that one, if you don't play it right, if you don't analyze it correctly, it can be detrimental again.
Yeah, absolutely. Coastline it's one of those maps. It's one of those maps. It's very, very 50-50. You could not tell who's going to win this at all. It's one of those the better team wins maps. It is these sites that are played on Coastline, not really attacker/defender sided. It is pure best man wins sort of map, and it's a very fun map to witness. I do know both of these teams are really, really good at Bank, and I do know that Make Your Destiny have won on Chalet twice, I believe. Or I believe they've swept Chalet in round 2, and they might have only lost a little bit in round 3. But both of these teams have been incredibly proficient on Bank as well. So I'd love to see some Bank gameplay.
Here we got the map statistics. They seem kind of interesting. Like, let's look at this. We've got a lot of like crazy places.
We do, yeah. As you can see, there's been a lot of Nighthaven Labs been played here. There
as well as Chalet.
Chalet, yeah. Well, Border, sorry, not Border, Fortress. You can see that it's been played not a lot. That is because recently it's just had a rework. So a lot of teams will be definitely very nervous to play Fortress, I imagine. You know, the map upstairs especially, it is incredibly different. Attackers find it much harder to get into sight, and you don't really want to play those maps where you're unsure of the outcome on every site, because it is so risky to play something so new, especially in a professional setting, where you just want to play something you're comfortable with, something that is well known. You know, Nighthaven Labs, as much as it's played a lot, it's a very balanced map. It's one of those maps where it sometimes can be a bit difficult to set up. But right now, we'll take you over to the Make Your Destiny team card, and we'll get to the players.
I mean, look at them. Like, total win rate 76%.
Yeah.
It seems incredible with how they've been playing on Bank. Oh,
It is interesting. I mean, like I said, Bank is by far a map that both teams have dominated on without a shadow of a doubt. As you can see, we've got the French team, Make Your Destiny, and all of these players, very, very proficient. It would be interesting to see if they just go straight for a Consulate ban if that pops up, because Consulate is obviously their worst map.
yeah.
But we do have some highlights from Make Your Destiny, so we will check them out. As you can see here, we've got the gridlock into Locker Room Bank, down into Janitor. Now we've got the main open area room. Got here an Amaru on Elevator, nice SMG-11 kill, 2 SMG-11 kills, that was very good. Of course on Bank, their best map. And here we have Myth Esports. You want to talk us through the player lineup for Myth?
I mean, let's have a look at this. Like, their whole team is all different. We got some English players. We have a Dutch player, Belgium, Germany, Ireland. This does seem like an interesting roster.
Yeah. I mean, last time I checked, you're definitely right. They've switched it up. But, you know, primarily got the British, obviously, like you said, German, Irish, Belgium, Netherlands. It's a very, very mixed team. But their win rate, 55%. It's a lot lower than Make Your Destiny, but you never know. They could always come back.
Exactly. I mean, like, it may be much lower, but both the teams are in the grand finals.
Yeah.
Or in the upper finals, sorry. So, even though that is a lower percentage, we can't fully take that into consideration.
And like I said, Nighthaven Labs, like, it is a very balanced map, but as you can see there, it is Myth's worst map. Maybe it's because of recency, but you never know. And we've got some replays here from Myth. So right now we have the Tubarão. Going for a quick peek, lovely pick. And here we've got Consulate once again, both highlights on Consulate.
Beautiful swing, yeah.
Yeah, nice little office swing. And now we've got Basement up on Spiral, good kill.
What a 180.
I know. Now here we've got the Dockerby with the SMG-12. Absolutely flawless crosshair placement there. Now that's it for the replays. Now, judging by the replays, do you have a definitive team that you would love to see perform?
Ooh, I mean, like, those Dokkaebi shots, they were scary. But
Yeah.
also from Build Your Destiny, it seemed like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They definitely know what they're doing. Like, just run in, gets one, pushes a bit further in, gets the second. Oh, we got our mad fans. Okay.
These are very hard to read. It does look like we've got a lair pick, I believe. I cannot tell. It is Bank. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we just got information. It is Bank. It's very hard for us to see. Bank, Labs, and then lair. Okay. Good to know. Thank you very much.
After all this, and us knowing that that Build Your Destiny are going to be playing real, like they want to play Bank,
Yeah.
and it did not get banned. Ooh, I'm so ready to see this.
Absolutely. I'm definitely interested. This Bank play especially, I wanted to see coming into this because I know both teams are very, very good at this map. So my predictions, I want to say 2-1 to Make Your Destiny.
2-1 to Make Your Destiny. Okay. You know what? I feel like that might happen. I feel like that 2-1 to Make Your Destiny is definitely going to be the direction that's going to go into.
I like as much as both of these lineups, Make Your Destiny have been consistently performing throughout this tournament. Considerably high KD, considerably high win rate, performed incredibly well. And like I said, although Myth is a great team, I do see Make Your Destiny taking this one, absolutely.
I mean, I have to agree with you. Like, the fact that they're going to be able to play Bank as their first map, it's definitely going to give them a lot of ego, a lot of just power to be able to enter in. They know how to play this.
Yes.
They've trained this enough, and the results and the win rate proves it.
Not only that, but Bank not only being their best map, but the fact that Make Your Destiny have their best map, first map, and then Myth's worst map in the second map, this could be incredibly decided. It could even be a 2-0 sweep if the statistics follow as they have been throughout the tournament. So it'd be really, really interesting. I cannot wait to see how this will turn out, and I think we've got some really good games ahead of us.
I mean, I can't wait to see this.
Yeah.
Genuinely, this seems like it's going to be a really good upper final, especially with both these teams.
Yeah, and I think I want to see mainly some really, really strong basement play from both teams on Bank, because Basement Bank is one of the most interesting sites in the game. It is really, really good. There is a lot of lineups, especially for maybe smokes. Mirror especially will be a huge play in Bank Basement. Goyo, of course, Tachanka, just a lot of trap operators on Basement Bank. You do need the Cade there as well for the hatches to be able to electrify the hatches, because the vertical play on A site especially is unbelievably hard to counter if they get the hatch open. So we'll definitely have to see some solid bans and some solid picks from both teams.
Yeah, like going back to what you said earlier, all these electric operators that have the ability to lock down sites really, really well. And if they get to the point where they're playing in basement, they might have a tough time breaking through.
Absolutely. And of course, top floor, we do have obviously the exec office area with the meeting room. That is a really, really fun site too. Basement, top floor, both phenomenal sites. I think Bank is a really good map for this sort of tournament. Obviously, with Make Your Destiny being such a good team on this map, I'd be interested to see how they set top floor up as well, because top floor has a lot of different setups. Some people like keeping the walls open. Some people like just closing it all off and just trying to maintain power within the sites. But it would be interesting to see a lot of roamers upstairs as well to try and keep the attackers at bay from map control, because map control is key on Bank. There is so many opportunities for people to come in, so it is vital that people set up properly and manage to position themselves and keep that map control.
Yeah. I mean, with just overall, trying to understand how Bank is going to be played out. Do you think that BYD are going to just completely wipe them through, or do you think Myth's going to have a few rounds?
I think Myth will definitely be able to fight back. Both teams are obviously pretty good at this map, but I think Make Your Destiny, especially if they manage to get that push in those first few rounds, it could be a slaughterhouse on both sides if anything goes their way throughout these first few rounds. Because as soon as these first 3-4 rounds are over with, whichever team is in the lead, if it is by at least 2 or 3 rounds, they're going to have such huge momentum going through the rest of the game, and it could even be a short one. But obviously that's not what we want to see. We want to see a great fight between both teams, and we want to see some great pushes from both ends too.
I mean, yeah, there's not much else to be said, realistically. Yeah. They know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
They've got the statistics to prove it. They've pushed themselves through these ladders, through all these games, and they're here.
Yeah.
They're here and they're ready to play.
Absolutely. And a lot of players, player profiles on Make Your Destiny and Myth, both sides, they have a lot of top operators that they love to play. Looking through all of their stats, we have, of course, the Ashes, the Azamis, the Ace, the Thermite Habanas. It is all of these meta top operators that everybody wants to be able to play. Valkyrie on defense as well. Valkyrie will be such a huge play if we can get some really good cam spots. Mirror, Mute, Bandit, all of these fundamental operators, everybody knows how to play. And there's been a few interesting ones in there. I've seen a Capitao in someone's top 3, and I've seen an Alibi in someone's top 3. Okay. So it will definitely, I would love to see a Capitao and an Alibi in play, because I think it will definitely change up the sway of things if they can fully utilize the Capitao and Alibi.
I think that's what makes Siege still so unique, because there are those genuine fundamental characters that still played a lot.
Yeah.
just overall. And then we also have these characters that are releasing just recently. And some of them are really shaking up the meta, while some of them are just being like hidden away, it seems. And sometimes like you'll find like one coach, one player really bring out a character, operate, and then suddenly, you know, the whole meta's changed and everyone's playing that character and everyone's banning that operator. It just proves that even though after a decade of this game being out and all of them, all these operators, some being fundamental, some being a bit less important.
Absolutely.
It's still, every single one of them shines to some degree.
Yeah. It's something that's really good about Siege. Like, you have your meta characters, you have your characters where it is, in almost every site in the game, there is a must-bring character. Like, you can play a Mirror, you can play an Azami, a Bandit, a Cade, a Mute on pretty much every site in the game. It is something that is so crucial to the game to have those fundamental operators, but not only that, it is something that you need to take into consideration when you look at operators that don't get played much. You know, you've got like maybe Maestros, you've got maybe the odd like Alibi, which is what I was saying, Maestro Alibi, the occasional Clash to stop the attackers pushing in, just contain them in one area of the map. It's something that'll be really interesting to see. Obviously, with Clash as well, having a rework recently where she can now put down her shield and use that electric shock, I'd love to see a Clash as well, because Bank Hallway, there's some decent Clash holds I'd love to see as too.
I mean, definitely the Clash rework was an interesting thing to see. I didn't expect it to come in this early, but after how much she's been dominating pubs, it seemed like it was necessary. It seemed like there had to be a way to make her calmer.
Yeah.
In many scenarios.
I mean, being able to just put down a shield, still use the electric shock, and shoot next to it. It's almost like having a Monty in front of you on defense. You see a lot of, you know, attacks, and of course Montaigne, we haven't brought up Montaigne as well. There's going to be some sort of huge shield player here. So it'd definitely be interesting to just see all of these shields into use too. And here we have the first game starting. Bank. As you can see, Make Your Destiny on attack, Myth on defense. Sure, this would be a great one.
Let's see this ban phase. How fast are we gonna see Mirror get like disappear?
We'll find out. What do you think? What do you think on attack and defense? What we're looking at bans here?
Ban-wise, I mean, it's going to be a tricky one. Just because I'm not too sure who they really want out here.
Aid Blitz. Okay,
Blitz.
We're going straight to shield bans. Very interesting.
Get them out of the way.
Absolutely. I mean, of course, round one, it's a double ban, so let's see what they bring to the table here. And we've got Myth.
No Mirror, like...
Banning Grim and Make Your Destiny banning Mirror. Now, that is tough for basement players, especially.
It's going to be interesting to see where they're going to be playing, especially with this Mirror ban going.
We've got Venom on the Mute, Slows on the Goyo, but we're definitely looking at this basement for sure. Now, like I said, the Smoke and the Goyo Mute is basement players are very, very big. We got the 2-drop to also slow down the hatch breach, because now they don't have a Cade, they can't electrify these hatches. So it's really, really important to be able to just fully utilize what you have left on defense. So it's going to be a tough one for sure for Myth. Make Your Destiny some really, really good bans. They can't do Reach Denial now because they've banned the Mirror too.
Oh, yeah,
There's a very, very, really good spot for Habana in basement. Here we have a Sight getting briefed by the Mute. We have a Lion, and once again, like I said, the Kappa Tower is being played round one with the new DMR. Aurora through. We have 3 DMRs on attack, I believe. Of course, we have the Mute Shotty, got a Mute Shotty, MPX on Tubarão, which is pretty interesting because usually you see a lot of DMR with Tubarão, considering defenders don't have a lot of ACOGs anymore, and they only really have them on DMRs.
It does seem like they've really prepared. They've all prepared a lot of these hatches just to make sure that they...
Yeah. I'm loving this bird's eye view. Here we've got an injured Aurora already in the open area, and we've also got Capitao dead. We've got the Mantis with the SMG-11? Yes, the SMG-11 kill from smoke.
Sidearm pull out.
Oh yeah. And we've got Lion coming in, trying to get that scan off just to be able to get the revive. He does pull it off in open area. That is what you love to see. Now we're going to let Blackbeard go ahead here. Yep. Got to make sure. Now here we've got Warden holding these stairs as well. I'm loving this bird's eye view gameplay.
He's just prepared. He knows what has to go this way.
Oh yeah. Now this is going to be a really good, really interesting. Goyo on the stairs, Warden pushing back to server. This is what you love to see. You've got to keep back into the archives. Got to delay that attack from Blackbeard upstairs.
They've now realised there is in basement.
Absolutely. Really good hold for Warden in archives there. Just needs to stay there as long as possible. Now we've got the recruit too, the sentry on attack. Up into elevator shaft, waiting to come down. Blackbeard on red hatch, of course, right above the vault. Are we waiting for vault drop? Of course, there is a mute holding this right now. There it is, the vault drop. Blackbeard down into the vault. There's the melee and the kill, lovely.
However, that C4.
Yeah, that C4 was phenomenal. Holding the vault, of course. MV with the M4 kill. Tubarão getting the knock with the pistol and the finish. Now we have the sentry pushing vault. It's a 1v3 for attack. Make Your Destiny are losing this round. And basement has been won by Myth.
I mean, look at the way that Coded played that. He knew straight away how many people would. And he knew how to play it. He got that C4 in, able to take the trade, and then was able to just clean him up.
Absolutely, that was incredibly well played. We did have a really good flank there. Like we saw Blackbeard, he was on blue stairs across the map. Being able to run towards Vault and completely change the trajectory of the rotation. But, of course, Myth sees that coming and that Vault is just held off like their lives depend on it.
Exactly, and I mean, there we go. I mean, it's 1-0 to Myth. Which is quite a shocker, and I don't know if you're as happy as me, but I'm seeing Damos being pulled out already.
I know, we gotta love Damos pick. Although, if we look now, they are actually switching to Thermite. We're getting a double, is this a double hard breach? A double hard breach with a Nomad and a Sense, and Sense is considered one of the worst operators in the game, but if utilized correctly, we've got some solid lineups. We could really see a phenomenal Monty push onto this top floor where, as you can see, Myth are defending. Now we've got the castle. It's absolutely key you have the castle on this objective because those windows are brutal to defend when they get opened. Rooney as well, really good to stop rotations, as you can see there. We've got one window that isn't castle barricaded, sticking a Rooney on it, and it acts as its own castle that you can walk through that deals damage.
Exactly, I mean, they're still preparing for it. They're making sure everything's fine.
And already, Make Your Destiny getting a kill. We've got the Azami possibly trying to spawn peek there.
I mean, they take care of Coded. He was basically their star player for last round.
Coded, so that kill is absolutely huge. Because Azami now does not have any keybers because she doesn't get them all at the start of the round. She has to wait for them to load in. There we got the Thermite onto the main breach. And of course we've got, I believe that is the ace on Rappel.
I mean, they were able to spot one of the MYD players.
Stick that under the desk, waiting for the plant to use that on the ceiling to deny plan. He's sat in elevator right now. Here we've got the castle holding the hallway next to janitor, I believe. Yes, that is square stairs next to janitor. Right now, what we're looking at is we're just waiting for this Montaigne to push in. We're waiting for this sense, this Montaigne to just produce some sort of attack from janitor closet. As you can see, we've got the drone in. Now he knows that 2 people are holding this meeting room. Montaigne has been hit as well. He's on half HP. He's going to be really careful with where he looks here on this rotate. As you can hear, that was a Nomad on the wall, so we've also got to be careful for the Nomads, because if I was a Myth player, I would not want to move from there. And we got Ace dying from the Aruni DMR. Montaigne trying to push in. Castle just keeping an eye on that janitor closet. He knows he's there. Aruni checking out for any repels. We got Slows being killed as well from the AK from Nomad. Beautiful. And here we got the plant. You can hear Sense trying to plant. Echo's trying to find it. What a C4 from below.
Myth brought it back from a 5v4 to a 3v3.
Absolutely. This is really good. It's very even on both sides right now. We've got Sense trying to get the plant down again, and it looks like it's slipping. Cancel.
Close.
Waiting. Being Echo drone once again. Now we've got Warden from below, shotgunning. Oh, wow. That is a phenomenal kill from below.
Exactly.
For a second, we found it. We've got a lovely thermite kill onto Domantes, who's the Aruni. With the fastest 10 seconds left of the round, that diffuse is getting put down. We've got the Warden and Echo, nowhere to be seen. Where could they possibly be? Echo.
I'm down. That's the most interesting thing. Still such little time.
Echo elevator push here. The 1v1 with the Nomad. And down, we've got 30 seconds left. Echo going for the peak. Oh! That is Venom's, the Warden. He doesn't see the peak. Killed from the back. That is a great retake from Myth, and Warden will of course get the defuse. Great play from both the Echo and Warden.
Myth are really holding their ground on Bank.
I know, yeah. Which is not what we expected, considering the incredibly high win rate from Make Your Destiny overall.
Exactly. It does seem like a big pace.
Absolutely.
That's what I meant. Like, even though they have a total win rate of 55%, I don't think they should be underestimated.
Agreed, for sure. I mean, they barely came through in the group stage. They came 4th in the group stage and qualified. But since being in the Swiss, they have played very, very well and have definitely brought this back. And this could be a really, really phenomenal performance from Myth if this keeps on going their way. But now we do have the staff room area, which is a pretty tough place to defend first floor. Both sides first floor are quite hard to defend, especially compared to second floor and basement, but it would be very, very interesting to see if these can pull it off properly, especially towards the open area.
I mean, did you see how they set up that camera? Wow. The fact that they must have really practiced to make sure that they can get all these drones.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really, really important. Attackers only have 2 drones each. Obviously, if you're not playing Twitch and Flores, as they are now, with these extra drones that can do damage to not only utility, but breach the walls as well, you've got to really make sure that you keep those drones alive, because they are incredibly useful for being able to tell where the opponents are. And as we can hear now, there is some more droning going around. We've got Castle holding square window, which is really important, and a ram from above. Now this ram is going to be absolutely crucial to get vertical control. As you can see there, caught the gadget straight away there on the floor. Now an Oryx. Oryx on any map really is considered pretty weak, but getting those rotates in, getting that hatch rotation in as well, is a great aroma if he's utilized properly.
They're definitely trying to get the price locked down, trying to make sure that anyone who's going to be playing around this.
Absolutely, we've got the gridlock from above. Now, this will be important here. We get the super shorty out, breaking the hatch, which is surprisingly not already reinforced or broken, maybe for the Oryx. Now we've got Flores breaking the castle. Very, very useful operator. He's incredibly powerful on this site. Thermite just holding square staircase, trying to get an angle down onto A. Now we've got 2 right next to white stairs. Flores trying to drop this drone down. Oh, no, he's getting vertical control instead. That is actually incredibly smart because now he can hold open area and produce a very, very great attack. Look at this. Anybody who peeks there is more than likely going to die.
It gives him way more angles.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, now you can see here, open area is, this smoke here is incredibly vulnerable. You have the hatch above, you have the breach above. Someone is holding this window here, and there is more than likely someone about to come down the top white stairs. As you can hear, the ram from above too, it is absolute carnage coming from upstairs, not much downstairs, but to be able to produce an attack this strong in these next 10, 20 seconds, you're about to see everyone die. Because this is going to be a crazy attack. As you can see, Flores already dying here. You've got the Azami Kiba on the window. He knows Gridlock is there. Kiba the window again. Now she has to punch it. She knows she's there.
And they're just
Great
waiting.
hold
They're
off.
just holding.
Great hold off. And we've got the Ram dying again. This is a wonderful defense. Oryx getting the kill. Oryx getting 2 kills. Now we've got a smoke kill from Slows and Gridlock getting the kill, but it does not matter because we have an MP7 kill from this Fenrir. That was an incredible hold off there.
That was beautiful. I mean, they waited for one of them to get in. They made sure they took him out, and then they couldn't allow MYD to get that retake. They couldn't allow them to even switch it up.
That was phenomenal. I mean, it really did look like Make Your Destiny had an incredible attack waiting to happen there. But Myth couldn't have played that any better. I mean, the Azami on that window was something else. That was really, really good. That Gridlock had absolutely no chance of getting in. And although they did get a kill towards the end of the round, it turned out to be all for naught at the end of the day.
I mean, did you also notice that they finally banned Monty and Castle?
I know, Monty and Castle ban. That is very, very key for both teams, actually. Monty was causing Myth quite a bit of trouble upstairs that second round. But, of course, that Castle has been a pain in their backside the entire game so far. So it's so important that that Castle has been banned. As you can see here, just getting everything reinforced and barricaded off. Just even if it's slowing down the attackers by 5, 10 seconds, just thinking that someone might be holding something, it just wastes so much time for the attackers, and it slows down their entire push tenfold. It's really key. As you can see here,
in these last few seconds, it is crucial. And we could see that with the way that Arami played her knives.
That was probably the best defensive use of Azami you could see. That case scenario was incredibly good. But as you can see, we are 3-0 into Myth's defense, and they are non-stop just taking each round as it comes. They will always find a way to counter these attacks. And we are back on basement again. Once again, we have the Smoke, Mute, and Azami and Tubarao with the Vigil, so we will expect some sort of early Vigil roam play, potentially. An attack, we have the Glass, so we are going to get a tunnel play most likely, or some sort of garage peek.
I love the way how Silco was playing Monty quite a lot, and now that they banned him, he switched to these different shield characters.
Absolutely. But here we go, straight away. Like I said, we've got the SMG-11 kill on the Mute, from the Mute, sorry, to the Blackbeard, and that is a key kill because now there's no shield. Capitao gets killed by the SMG-11, and the Tubarao also dies here. Now, like we see, we got the parking lot garage play from the Glass, as expected.
Rami's already used a few of her knives, making sure that these areas are crucial.
We still have that Vigil on the run, though. This could be lethal. Zofia playing into B through the vault. No, I don't think anybody knows she's actually in here yet. Azami in the hallway, straight to her left. She has no idea. She can... Oh! Killed from the backside there. I have no idea who shot. Azami making the great escape there. Trying to keep out of the line of sight from the Glass. Of course, we've got the Mute. And the Smoke playing into Vault, which is key. his army backed out into money room. I don't think she knows the Zofea's knocked.
Here's a 4v3, 4v2 now. Will they be able to pick him up?
We've got the recruit dead as well, straight from Venoms. Venoms is absolutely, both of these Smoke and Mute are killing it with the SMG-11s. Here we go, you can see the Zofia is trying to crawl to Glaz, trying to get that revive, but I don't think she's going to be able to get it off. She is very weak right now. Glaz is going to leave her, but look at that. The SMG-11 player from Venoms just cannot counter that.
Oh, Myth going 4-0.
Oh, that is... It's almost too one-sided.
Exactly. I mean, look at the way that Myth has been playing. Their kills are evenly spread. They're all putting in the work.
Absolutely, and I think we need to see some more of Tilco being able to produce something more viable in these next few rounds. 0-4, it's not the greatest, but you know, if you just get that good support pick, you know, everyone knows KD does not matter too much at the end of the day, but you've got to be able to produce something that is reliable and viable for the team. As you can see, they've took a timeout.
What do you think these strats? I mean, Bank is their strongest map, and yet here we see how the game turned out.
Absolutely, I know. I'd be interested to see Myth produce this same thing on their weakest map as well, Nighthaven Labs. Because if this is what they're like on Make Your Destiny Strongest, they could still possibly dominate on Nighthaven as well, which is considered their weakest win rate map. As we can see here, these are some great lineups from both teams. We've got top floor again. Get those Arunis on the windows, get those Wamais on the windows, stop the grenades. Just a much better Jaeger in a high rank. Laz possibly going on Repel here in this big, massive lobby area. And we are going to see probably a huge Amaru plus Ying Blackbeard push. And the Capitao Smoke plant is probably the way to go upstairs, I'd say, on attack. As you can see, they've also got Echo from Myth side, and Echo is phenomenal for these denies when it comes into play. You know, like, people try to plant through the smokes and think they're safe because no one can see them. But you've got those below plays. If you look at Warden there, he's already got the shotgun. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes downstairs for the roam. And the Echo denial, of course, the Echo drones. It'll be definitely hard to stick this plant off.
Exactly. I mean, with the way that Warden stopped that bomb diffuser going down last night, it seems like it could be possible we could see this again.
Yeah, we're just floor repelling up for the Blackbeard. And that Glaz, like I said, on repel, not on the open area though, he's going straight for the air peak, which is pretty risky. And does Amaru know there is someone on top of this hatch in this elevator? Currently on their Yokai, it is the Echo. She's going up, she sees him. That's a knife kill, absolutely. Take that any day of the week. Throwing it out, just see if there's any other defenders here. Now we've got a Glaz kill as well on slows, the Wamai. And Roth is also killed by Coded. We have the Aruni knocked too. Probably going to get finished, I imagine. There is so much carnage going on. I do not think she's going to be able to get picked up here. Glaz just holding that Janitor closet as well. This is an incredibly good peak because Janitor is such a highly contested played area of this map. As you can see, someone is there as well. There it is, Blackbeard with the kill on Demantis. That is the knocked Aruni. And it's Iron Sight Blackbeard too. Make Your Destiny possibly getting this round here. He knows his Janitor. C4 will not land. SMG 12 kill from the Warden and Janitor. Blackbeard pushing heavy, but Warden is in the hallway now.
Fuse is down at least. So let's see if he might be able to... Oh, never mind. I mean, MYD taking this time out, being able to recover, realize what they need to do, and they take a round.
Executed that very, very well. I mean, that Warden nearly had a really good play there, but with the Blackbeard knowing he pushed hallway, all you have to say is, hey, this Warden's hallway, and someone just pushes through that meeting room or pushes around those spiral stairs, gets into the hallway, holds it, and that Warden just has to go back around into the Janitor closet, and someone holding that is just going to get the kill, and there was the Ying that round. Very, very, very important to be able to communicate that. That was really well played.
I mean, can we talk about that knife kill from Aruni?
Absolutely. That was something else.
It was beautiful how she was just ready to just go in. She wasn't afraid, and it resulted in getting a beautiful backstab.
Absolutely.
And instantly turning around.
Catching that Echo off guard. Now we can see Val probably getting these cams set up into the front door to be able to see where these attacks are going to push from. Still got one Val cam left, and we have the typical setup. We've got the smoke mute, the Rooney Tuberel, and there we go, these very nice Val cams. And on attack, we've got definitely trying to push this main breach with the Thermite here, with probably Blackbeard and Lion pushing through. Drawing on blue stairs, just got to make sure you clear this open area out because there's so many roamers that can just, there's so many roaming opportunities there. You've just got to keep your eye out, make sure it's all clear to go through because this is their main point of entry to get to top of spiral stairs, these square stairs, and get that main breach open with Thermite. We've got Dockerby here going for the main open area peek through this wall that leads into the hallway for open area, getting the call off. And already a plant, but it's not going to work with Blackbeard getting killed by the Tuberel. And Thermite is quite literally 1 or 2 bullets away from death here, with Diffuser too, downstairs. And there it is, Diffuser's dropped downstairs next to the staff room open area, right? And Lion is on the archive, blue stairs, and I believe that the defenders do not know he's there yet, so this could be a good hold. As you can see, Tuberel just holding that Diffuser downstairs next to the kitchen open area bit. And you can see we've got the Valkyrie and Tuberel downstairs. You've got what a kill, by the way. We've got Make Your Destiny getting a lovely MK14 kill on that Aruni. Yeah, it's just downstairs play. They know the Diffuser's downstairs. Just waiting.
That's right, you're right. It is a waiting game. They're gonna just hold down that Diffuser.
They know it's being held. They absolutely know all of these defenders are holding this Diffuser with their lives. They just need to make sure they just focus up. Got to make some sort of flank play, some sort of distraction to be able to get this through. As you can see, we've got the Glaz smoke peek. And there it is, low-key, Make Your Destiny getting killed. But we've got the Glaz kill through the smoke. That is absolutely beautiful. And again, on 2 myth players, Venom's just getting dropped there. So now
we still see Slows with the triple kill. Maybe he might even make this 4.
But we do have the Dockerby knocked too, right at staff room. And there it is. What a kill. Close round. I thought Make Your Destiny we're gonna take that there for a minute.
I mean, they started taking quite a lot of rounds. However, just at the very end, Myth was like, no, we want that. We want more.
They will absolutely take that round. It is 5-1. The momentum is all in Myth's way right now. They've picked it back up, and it's looking very good for Myth right now. Here we got.
Let's see this ban phase.
Ban phase. Myth on attack now.
Instantly getting rid of Monty and Cade.
Monty and Cade, great bans. Of course, you need to get those hatch electrifications gone instantly. Basement is it's a first round play almost every time on Bank. It is a very, very, very strong site to play. So I will be very intrigued to see what else gets banned.
Ying and Mirror. I mean, I'm not surprised with Mirror at this point. No one wants to play against her.
Absolutely. Ying's an interesting ban because a lot of the time you might think, you know, the Habana is quite annoying. You might think, you know, the Ace is quite annoying, the Thermite is. But Ying is definitely a viable ban for sure. As we can see here, we've got Rooney setups. No Goyo this time, which is surprising. We're going to use the Tachanka instead to be able to get that fire on the doorway. Very useful though. Tachanka can just open up all of these walls. That LMG is an absolute monster for just creating rotates. and other swing angles, anything. The Denari play too, it's very important. Here it is, the Denari, just stack it up on one window. This is, if this doesn't get found out, this is a straight kill without a shadow of a doubt.
Exactly. I've seen a few of these clips going around with Denari, and the way that you set them up is scary.
Absolutely. I haven't played much of him myself, so I don't know all of these lineups, these crazy lineups that all of these incredibly high-level players do, but he is absolutely monstrous when utilized correctly. And the Grim on attack too, the Grim is really interesting because it's essentially just a really, really good line if you can get those lineups up on site. And of course, bringing the Deimos and the Sense. I think it's the first round that Deimos has actually been put into play. I do know he's been selected, but I'm pretty sure he got switched before one round. Right now, we've just got a big hold in basement. As you can see, Grim is trying to find a way through on above. The hard breach is very crucial there. Great way to rotate, but we've got two people holding upstairs right now. And I don't think Grim knows exactly where they are. Here we go, one elevator peak, and he's dropped. Blackbeard is going to drop to be able to challenge this fight. Good grenade. And there it is, Make Our Destiny just lost their player, MV. And that is the Denari, and it hasn't been found out as well, I don't think, because I do believe this Deimos has seen it, he's in the building now, so unfortunately that Denari had absolutely zero utilization in that round. Myth just finding out exactly where everything's going to be placed.
Exactly, I mean, Fluency just already instantly knew where they were and how to push that, and it really paid off.
Now we've got Jaeger holding this archive servers room. Very, very important room to hold. If they lose congestion here, then it is absolutely swayed completely into Myth's arms. And there's the deployable shield break, so now Jaeger doesn't have much cover to hide behind. I think they know he's there now, so he just has to hold that with his life. As you can see, we've got the hatch hold from Myth. Naruni just calmly sitting in B. There's the Sense play. They know Sense is coming from the, I believe, up top patch. Tachanka covering off those doorway entrances, and Sense is already being lured by Tachanka, and there it is, great kill. Great kill from Tachanka. Make Your Destiny utilizing these operators incredibly well, and there goes the plant, but it's still getting put down. And Blitz has got the plant off, holding that into B, I believe.
Will they be able to capitalize on this, or is this going to be diffused in time?
This is absolutely going to get diffused. There is no hold for Myth, and Make Your Destiny happily takes that round.
Instantly after Myth got that diffuser planted, they just MYD knew to enter.
I mean, as soon as that Blitz plants the bomb, you have so many options to be able to kind of, you know, play your team. Of course, Make Your Destiny find that out instantly and practically just shut down Myth's entire attack in 2 seconds there.
Exactly. I mean, this is crucial. This is how they need to prioritize playing against this team.
Absolutely. Now here we've got Castle top floor, and I'm surprised that we didn't see a Castle ban, considering how strong it was last game in this role swaps when Myth was on defense. But here we don't see the castles on the on a lot of these windows. We kind of just see them on the on top of the spiral balcony.
You never know. There will be another ban phase. We might see Castle gone again.
I would put a lot of money on a Castle ban, but you never know. It could all change. And this is exactly what I was talking about earlier on. Actually, we've got the Clash top floor. I cannot wait to see this because she is incredibly, incredibly strong on this objective, especially this hallway in particular. it's so hard to hold. As you can see, Myth now, they're just trying to get that window open, and it looks like trying to get a spiral breach. Of course, main breach with the ace, of course, with the diffuser too. Now, the Solus is a really, really good operator on this side. You can just play from below with that SMG and shotgun, both great guns for vertical play, because they just absolutely shred. Bandit, of course, holding that red main stack in the lobby open area. Very key point to hold. And Warden, just like holding Janitor. Very strong spot for a Warden. It looks like it's just uncontested. Ace. Breach off, I believe. That is full breach, but Clash would not get through there. Of course, Smith knowing that there is an obvious clash in the hallway. Out because I don't think they're going to try and be able to get through there, if I'm being honest.
With the way that how she's holding it, it will be tough for them.
The Solus from below, like I said, just hit first floor.
He's got the intel, he's got the information, just
Absolutely,
making sure
yeah, we've got
when
the
to capitalize on
Solus,
it.
holding that bottom floor once again. Just you've got to keep holding that, because I don't think they know she's there. If you just look, she's just holding that blue dot. It depends on it. We've got the DMR play from Myth here. Lovely kill from the Nook onto the Bandit, who is holding that red spiral stare at main lobby. I do apologize for those audio issues. I'm sure they're fixed now.
Oh, Ace gets in.
I know we got the
diffuser.
ace through the not the barricade, sorry, the breach.
Five.
Now just have to. They're just shooting at that window, just honestly fighting air. Well, demolished by that Zofia there.
Holding it as much as they can.
What a jump out. Now we've got, now the thing is here, the Warden's just stuck outside 1v2, and there's not really much you can do there. Have cleared that out the park. Look at that, the Nook coming straight outside.
Yeah, they take round 8, and let's look at that. Match point.
Absolutely, it's already just Myth's game, it looks like. I mean, unless Make Your Destiny can come back from this, like, insane, devastating blow after blow after blow, it looks like it's just going to be Myths straight away.
Curious if Myth are going to really switch up anything, because a lot of their plans have been going really well, and MYD have had a and able to push through these plans, but it does seem like Myth are engages.
I do believe we've got these audio issues. Carry on. We have a look. Why am I? Where to put this this motion sensor?
I've realized where the bomb site is now.
Love the bulletproof cam on this lobby hall. It's good to know where people are pushing, and even if that bullet gets and they can't, at least know where people are. Of course, it doesn't if it doesn't get shot from the side. As you can see, we've got the clash again. The Aruni, the Solus, very, very, very strong. On attack, 2 shield ups this time. We've got Blackbeard and Blitz, and the Grim Docby Thinker. So they're not going to try and get this hard breach. They're just going to try and brute force their way into this objective here. It's a very, very, very smart play, actually. From there, we got a great angle. I believe that was from the Dockerby on the.
I think that someone is couldn't quite see them.
Great call from the documentary there, just distracting the defense. Now Clash is being challenged. Side room here from Whitehall. And shield on shield. Like, she can't pick shield in time, and Clash, because now there is no great hold on that hallway. You can see Blackbeard just able to easily crouch through that hallway there. There we go again, make your destiny. It's not. Having just carnage.
All in the hands of MV.
Is
need to call it.
Holding up Blackbeard and Blitz. There's 2 shields on 1 op. This is an absolute demo from Myth here. There is no way. There is no comeback from this.
At this point, I feel like they're trolling. They're just both.
It's wow.
And that is game 1.
To say, wow.
Yeah, Myth really showed us that even though they may have the low win rate, they may seem like the underdogs. That is their best map, and they can on too.
Just absolute domination from Myth.
Myth's defensive half was beautiful.
I mean, you couldn't really do any better than that, especially with a team who's been supposedly performing better than you the entire tournament series. So being able to produce a round that strong first game by Myth, of course, it is phenomenal from Myth.
I mean, let's talk about the consistency. It wasn't like one player was doing better than the others. They were all able to play well around each other. All of them were getting kills, and they were able to strategize getting into these close quarters.
Absolutely. I mean, they took every chance they could possibly get, and they took it well. I mean, that last round, it looked like Make Your Destiny had a really strong setup upstairs. I mean, there is some really, really good plays you can play with that Clash in hallway. But the distraction that Blackbeard offered Myth, that was incredibly, incredibly vital. And I would say that was the game-winning factor there. That Blackbeard just had a very, very, very strong push through the window, got a perfect grenade off. That Clash could not react in time. And I mean, that was the deciding factor. No Clash, no win at that point.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to get a chance to see this. I think that's what's key here, seeing how they were able to capitalize on some of these.
Absolutely. And here, this was I'd say the best clip of the entire game.
I mean, there is nothing better. The fact that we were able to catch this live as well, the grapple in whilst Echo's on his cam, and just beautiful.
Yeah, there
beautiful
is
execution.
Absolutely nothing you can do there. And here, the Blackbeard Iron Sights too. That Sights play, that was hilarious. I mean, I don't know if that's strategic. I don't know, you know, if it didn't want to run. But it was very, very good play.
So, double kill, Fluency pop off and get his triple kill.
Absolutely.
Some of these plays, which is beautiful.
Absolutely. I mean, there is nothing more to say. It was poetic in its own sense.
I mean, at this rate, are you willing to change your predictions?
I still think reset. I think if you look towards the end of the game, they really did not give Myth as many opportunities. They give them a lot still, don't get me wrong. But being able to have such a strong performance as Myth, trying to be able to come back as Myth, Destiny, with a good mental reset, I think Make Your Destiny are going to be able to take this back.
Yeah, I mean, especially the way that Myth played on that defensive half, they were not giving MYD many opportunities, which I think they were surprised about.
Yeah.
And they kept being able to run down the clock to practically the last few seconds.
Absolutely. I mean, there was some phenomenal plants there as well. I mean, Myth had a really good plant on that blitz downstairs in basement, but like Make Your Destiny, they can capitalize on these moments. They absolutely can. But it is a case of, can they do that round after round after round? Because it seemed like it was only a one-off round. But you never know. I mean, both teams can play very well. As we've seen, they had some really good rounds, but right now it does look like Myth is just the overall more consistent team. But we'll never know because next map is their worst map, actually. So
exactly, that's what I'm trying to understand. The fact that MYD lost their map pick, and now they have to go against Myth's pick, especially in this possible end for their upper final game.
absolutely. I mean, this could be cut short, but you never know. But right now, we're going to get into the scoreboard of the last game, just so we can see exactly how these teams played out.
I mean, there you have it. Let's look at the way that Myth are playing around it.
Fluency with a 3 KD, can I just say?
3 KD is just beautiful. I mean, he was always able to capitalize on a lot of them.
3-1 entry as well. But like as you can see, like we have a 0.3 KD, 0.4 KD on Make Your Destiny, RDF and Tilco. Like I said, Tilco and earlier on, we've got to switch up the plays, sort of. Not exactly maybe play style perchance, but getting those operator picks that will make sure that they can utilize some really good usage of an operator within the team.
Exactly.
But Myth right now are absolutely destroying it.
And even looking at these like kills, looking at how they've been playing, we can tell that Fluency, mainly Fluency slows the Mantas, they've been focusing on getting that entry, getting inside. And then it just gets spread out. The kills are spread out. It's not like this is what I'm saying, 9, 6, 8, 7, 7. There is no like definitive like person who's like playing better.
Absolutely.
But they all have their moments. And this is what I'm loving about this team.
Absolutely, yeah. Make Your Destiny though, I'd say we'd need to keep an eye on Emtra and Loki, because even though obviously the entire team's KDR isn't the greatest, they definitely played well last game, and obviously Emtra with the highest KD, if he can get his rounds, I would assume that could even be a 3 KD on the other side, considering this will now be Myth's worst map of the series. But you never know, they could always bring this back, so it is very, very interesting to see, to say the least. Myth are killing it. But right now, we're going to take an intermission. What do you think is going to happen after this?
I think MYD definitely are going to have a good talking to by their coach. But I'm willing to see if they're going to try and switch up these strategies before this next game.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be an interesting one. So stay tuned, and we will be back after 15 minutes. And it's going to be a great series. I cannot wait to see this second map, to be played after this intermission.
See you guys after the break.
welcome back from the interview of 5 upper bracket finals. We have just had in first match Myth and Team Make Your Destiny, both very, very highly rated teams. A beautiful match, but it was very one-sided to Team Myth, and I'm interested to see what we have to see. On to. Yeah.
Ready for that on their best map.
I mean, Team Myth, coming into this game, Team Myth were probably, I mean, you know, lowest win, lowest KD all. But this first game has absolutely over Make Your Destiny, and honestly, if it and now we're going on to map 2, which is Myth's map. On layer this is fully now fans already probably the best onion here. Obviously bottom 2, but having to fight a player on top floor. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some main top floor bands here, or maybe a Kid, a Bandit, disasters too, a defense, and maybe a monster.
These. Okay, we.
Man, that is be expected. No, both standard top floor. Now, Bandit on mute on defense. Black.
Black with a Bandit. There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
You're just
I have the beholder. This game. Maybe only
I've not seen Ash yet.
And of course the grim non defense is on this is such a do the I'll get this double reinforcement. Now there is no player here, so this is going to be a defense in terms of getting that wall open. But here we have that right wall in to be able to through those that forced is key, because that is a must. Easy to just
what do you think?
Now, I do Myth taking on, just keep that momentum. But that is. As you can see, we've now got the Fen rating connector. Lines turned on, making sure that people coming. And we have waterfall stairs, the water, also known as stairs. It is an incredibly good player here on defense. It's a very strong point of defense. Attackers can struggle to. But once this is right now, the professionals to push this door. There is open to attack. We've got the finish. What do you think is going to happen?
I mean, Myth have now bomb sites as well. Finally, so
yeah,
it's anyone's game right now.
Everybody's game. But there it is, the Warden from Demant. Rafters, that is very key, and server is the attackers are looking straight into it. Flashbang onto the server, but Smoke gets that smoke. Flash the plant down. Ella has been team killed. Then that is looking strong on this attack right now. Diffuser down with Ash holding this breach.
Beautiful 3v1.
My bad, Fenrir holding the breach, but Ash, there it is, 9 bullets, but she's got enough to get the kill, doesn't have to reload.
Well, they have a few tricks up their sleeve.
I think this is a very wrong pick, especially if they had practiced Make Your Destiny would think that they would ban it, and maybe Make Your Destiny have not thought about, you know, expect ban from who has performed not so well on this practice map before it happens. This could actually be a very, very
exactly their worst maps. Yeah. Map too great for Myth. They were expecting. They were just letting Myth the ban. As we can see here, Myth really fought this through.
Absolutely. I mean, it is such a smart idea, to be fair, being able to just play on your weakest map. But strong strategies. As we can see, the Goyo very strong on his base. Have to be careful of the storage push from above. As you can see, we've got the Blitz, that angle for maybe Blitz to jump in, maybe the flank, such as Dokkaebi, Capitao, anything. There is a lot of potential in this attack and defense. Right now, it's just the waiting game, waiting for the there because it's a strong gun if you hit your shots with it. Now the Blitz patiently waiting. He does know that there is someone holding the center with Azami on the rafters again, but here we are with the Capitao who's been knocked. And that is and the grid Dokkaebi calling be very to the defense. Now they know that the positions are revealed.
Answers back, and now they get the ball.
And there is just a lot of pressure. Well, Solace and storage in one, not because much of it's great control. Solace, that was phenomenal. Make Your Destiny actually.
Outside flank and straight away being ready to run back in.
Absolutely. Now here we go. Looking to go. They do know that he's planting the lead. And
just take him out, yeah.
Now that's Diffuser. They have full control.
This now, Myth really needs to play this well.
If they have some vertical from the attackers.
And they get 2.
Absolutely. Now here we've got a 2v3. It is in Myth's favour. The diffuser is not down yet, but Dockerby is contemplating. There it is, and the spot blitz has died. The gridlock just holding it off. There he is with the M4. 1 bullet left, definitely reloading with gridlock super. Just holding that angle. That is a Destiny. Does he know there is a second one just through that wall? He does.
Wow. I'm back. It was to 4 at the end, and then Myth, some of LR, capitalize on them, get those 2 out. And they're able to back, which is honestly really fascinating.
Absolutely. I mean, a minute 30 into that round, 2 minutes into that round, I think, when that blitz died, that was, honestly, it looked like it was Make Your Destiny's round there. We had Diffuser on site in the corner. There was no blitz, no shield to plant. But, you know, with this map, with that vertical power, with that vertical contest on the storage room, it is so just watching down, it basically eradicates an entire room of defenders. It is monstrous if you hold that. But here we have the Denari, and as we know, Denari is a very powerful operator. We can see a cross-room tripwire. Now this is very good because the attackers have to get onto the other side of that, or prone to get past it. Very, very strong use of Denari's ability there. And once again,
Denari really does set it up in a way that it's almost pickable for one. Have to go prone or play around. Very safe.
This mirror is very key. Mirror is very strong on this objective, and I believe it's the first time we've seen a non-mirror ban play.
Exactly, yeah.
Very, very strong. I can't wait to see this being utilized because mirror and Azami on rafters is very, very strong, and it almost denies an entire rafter push. So they've got to go for his server here. The connector near meeting room. As you can see, try and get a quick peek, but it does not work. Book going in through storage. And here is the Azami setup. Absolutely decked out. Nomad spring through the door. This is the rafter push that they're after, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I think she's realized. Now here we've got Ace right outside of meeting room and connector near the IT space. Lovely cam destroy. Obviously, rid of all the difficulties. There you are. It's not upstairs, but there is some vertical play going on upstairs. With smoke holding waterfall stairs. No one's contested. His army once again just sat on rafters. Very comfortable spot. You just have to sit there all game and just be patient because eventually you will get an angle there. It's a very, very high possibility of someone pushing through there. You just got to hold that. You know, Buck is on half HP though, so he has to be really careful on his next gunfight because he can lose that very, very quickly if he's not. Tempting flash through the window. He's debating it. Nomad is debating the flashbang. I think he gets it through. Yep, there it is. You can hear it pop off. And that is Buck actually. Buck with a vertical kill onto the defense. Double C4 kill from Make Your Destiny. MV absolutely popping off with that mirror kill. That is phenomenal. That is absolutely what you want to see.
And that secures on the diffuser as well.
Yep. The diffuser's down on the floor and they've got it held. And now they need to just make sure they keep it held this time. It's 3-2. They've went from 4-3 to be turned around somehow. But there's 40 seconds left.
It does seem like he's ready for this. He does still have his ability. He does know that he can track mirror if he needs to. Unfortunately, Tilko gets in here.
Yep, 3v1. This looks very, very unlikely. They know exactly where the ace is. And they've got a shotgun right next to this doorway, right out of connector. As you see, both players' perspective here, this is intense from both sides. Through the rotate, but the mirror's got the hold. Prone hold, very, very nice angle here. It's practically a pixel peek through this wall.
I mean, let's be real here. I think the only reason they were able to take that round is because of how long they held it, and also that beautiful double C4 kill.
Absolutely, that C4, that mirror by far MVP of that round. Very, very great hold.
Whilst we still have a few seconds, I was about to say, do you think Mirror's going to get banned?
Ooh, yeah.
I'm not even surprised at this point. We had Mirror played one round this whole tournament.
Yeah.
And she's already gone.
Unsurprising, Mirror is a unstoppable force on this map. She's an unstoppable force on any map almost. It is too strong to just leave a Mirror out in the open like that. And it's also great hard breach denial because once that Mirror's popped, you still can't you can't Hibana it, you can't thermite around it. It is just there, and it's very, very, very annoying to try and get past as an attacker. As you can see here, we've got the Goyo and his army. Once again, very, very strong picks. You've almost got to have these anywhere on any map. It's phenomenal entry denial from Goyo, and really, really, really good and really solid one-ways. Here we're in basement, we're in assembly right now. And we have the Azami once again pushing rafters. As you can see, she's at IT currently. And we've got vending storage, Soulless. So we're looking at two roams and 3 on-site. Of course, with the Capitao too, great smoke plant potential. As you can see, we got the Blitz most likely with smokes, and Dokkaebi to be able to reveal their positions. Very, very strong. Gridlock, obviously, to basically an attacker, trapper, operator. Very, very, very strong. Here, it's just finding a way down. They do know that in the basement, of course. As you can see, Soulless just holding storage with a life. She will stay here, probably for the whole round. This is key for vertical play. It is a must-have to be able to just keep sitting there patiently, because an attacker will try and contest, as it is a very strong part of the map. We're just slow walking towards vending window here. The Capitao with DMR with a holo. Usually you run an ACOG or something with that, but he chooses holo. Obviously very close range map as well, so we've also got to consider that. We've got a hard breach charge into this hatch though to reveal basement with a Blitz coming in through kitchen. He knows someone is in the lounge right now. Holding it off, being patient. He is below half health with diffuser as well. If he dies up here, this could be very, very bad for Myth, as they'd have to run back up for diffuser, and that is map control lost. Right now we've got waterfall stairs near cargo being held by the Goyo. And Gridlock, I think, knows that this Goyo is holding somewhere around the corner. How do you think this one's going to turn out?
I mean, once again, everyone's alive. They know to play out the time. They know to strategize and slowly push in for this map control. See where NYD are actually contesting and maybe be able to play around that.
Absolutely, but there's the C4 through the floor as the Blitz gets Ella-mined. That was a really good play from the Warden there. That was very, very good. Now, as you can see, we've still got the Soulless above the warehouse storage. Huge, huge push. Down into basement, it looks like.
That is also the diffuser dropped, which means they're going to have to try and give up some map control just to be able to regain that diffuser.
Absolutely, this is worst case scenario for Myth. They have 30 seconds left. They need to pick the diffuser up and take it downstairs. There's 5 defenders alive too. There it goes once again. It's just it's panic upstairs for the attackers on Myth side. Dropping like flies there. There is the recruit gone. As much as Capitao would love to try and jump in, it's not going to happen, and that is flawless by Make Your Destiny.
Wow.
The first 5v0 we got there.
I mean, it does seem like even though Make Your Destiny have a tough time playing on this map, they still have the ability to bring out these rounds.
Absolutely. It's rounds like this that can sometimes change the tide of a game, because as much as Myth are performing well, I do think they need to get off the Blitz. I think they need to try something different and unique. But, you know, Myth can still pull this back. They just need to be careful, because now the momentum is fully in Make Your Destiny's way. But this is a new site. This is the storage objective, and it's very, very strong. As you can see here, we have a control room breach by the Warden. This is really good rotate. It feeds down to near the waterfall stairs at cargo. And we're getting the servers reinforced up by the Clash, and this Clash will definitely hold the hallways. Very strong operator to use downstairs on first floor. I do believe we're going to look at a warehouse push with this thermite, possibly on the main breach. If not, it's going to be storage window, possibly pushing through vending or cafeteria. There it is, that is the storage window. We're looking at Nomad trying to get through with the ARX there. And there's the thermite, main breach into warehouse. And up in IT as well. This is very, very good for Myth here. This is a really good push for thermite because you have full top floor rafters control if you can get through IT. And you also have the warehouse control if you can push defenders back into that storage area. There it is, Clash trying to hold it off. She knows that there's a Nomad there. She can't push into IT. There's a Goyo there, hopefully trying to slow them down with a hard breach into servers. They're trying to do map control one by one from one side to the other. Army with the rafters set up. This is a really good setup. Obviously, almost the exact same as what you would play top floor. Just with more walls open to be able to rotate through and get back down onto the control room site. I do not think they noticed the Goyo in the corner on servers. They might just think it's the Clash and Azami upstairs. But the Azami, the Goyo has been caught actually.
Yeah, they're still continuing this aggressiveness. However, it does get punished as MV and Tilko and MD get some of their team.
Absolutely make your destiny of making this game theirs. And there it is, 4v1 once again. This is an absolutely dominant round. 3v1 though. It is the Book, and Book is very strong in these types of situations though.
Oh, but he has to try and deal with this Clash now.
Very, very versatile. There it is. He's being held off. He doesn't know someone's waterfall. He does. He's waiting for the Solace. He knows that he can't push waterfall. He knows the teammate is there. Good flashbang. Is he going to try and peek? He gets the Solace. He's now onto the Clash. Gets the melee. Will he get the kill? One more. That is Clash incredibly low outside. She has to fight this or else she's dead.
Trying to get into that window to possibly
Great hold
get
by Clash, but she's now knocked. And Book needs to jump through this window. However, I don't think he knows that Warden's peeking. He does. He's going to go upstairs, try and get the flank round down from warehouse rafters.
He knows he has a limited amount of time, and he knows that Warden is probably hiding somewhere with this shotgun.
Exactly. He might try and go for this B plant here and just stick it. He's just going to have to stick it. Warden's going to run out, and I think this is just a shotgun. He now hears it. I think he might... No.
Unlucky.
Not at all. He does hear it.
Only a few seconds off, and he could have backed away and maybe even turned this round away.
About 1 or 2 seconds left on that plant, actually. It was so close, but... I mean, this is a game of not only positioning, but every sound cue in this game is vital, and being able to just hear that plant, it gives Warden a free kill, basically.
Exactly. I mean, Coded knew how he had to play it. It was really, really tough. The fact there was already a 4v1, and he almost brought it back with this quad kill.
Absolutely. Make Your Destiny are taking this back, actually. Does it look like Myth is losing a bit of patience, a bit of momentum?
I think so. I think they're losing a little bit of momentum, but they won't be giving up.
Yeah.
Especially in the way that this game's been going currently. I feel like maybe after this round, if MYD does take this next point, Myth might try and call a timeout to try and re-strategize, realize what has actually happened, and maybe find different ways of playing around them.
Absolutely. I mean, both teams, like I said here, they do have timeouts if they need it. They can focus on these timeouts and just get themselves together. Right now, we've got the standard Azami rafters with Goyo. Making sure his site is fully set up before she gets those Kibas down. and Thermite straight away into connector without a shadow of a doubt, just getting this wall open and going to push into servers. There's not been many waterfall rotates, so I'm interested to see how this Goyo is going to hold it, because as much as CC is a really good area, it doesn't get contested much, especially by Myth as it looks. And server's already open here, so Thermite has a really, really strong entrance. But you got to keep that clash there, or else that is trouble for Myth. As we can see here, just Gridlock closing off Waterfall Stairs. It stops the rotate from the Goyo, who was upstairs in CC corner, is now CC Hall. We've got Warehouse Rafters on the Azami, being Capitowed out. That was a really good bolt from Capitow. Down at the bottom of Warehouse, slowly coming up. He's going to take possession of Rafters right from the Azami. And now these attackers on Myth's side have a lot of opportunities to do whatever they want. Obviously, with Rafters gone, Azami has to push back into the command center, and she now has to just make sure no one gets through Rafters, or else this could be very detrimental.
Look at this again. We got 1 minute left. We have still all 10 players alive.
Absolutely.
Full health. There hasn't been really much of an engagement here.
There it is. We got the vertical control from Buck. This is his specialty. Just opening that floor up, making the defenders feel like they can't stand on that floor. Almost cornering them in a sense. We've got Flash trying to figure out where to put a shield down. I think she's trying to hold an angle somewhere in command. Goyo's taking a lot of damage here. We've got to run out from Ella, but she doesn't get any picks, unfortunately. She's going to hold server. There's a Gridlock to her left in IT, I believe. But there goes Goyo down by Corded, who's the Gridlock. And M-Tray gets the kill on Venoms. Gridlock also gets killed by Loki on MYD. And this is a 4v3.
4v3 hold, 20 seconds. This is going to be really tough for Myth to try and take back now.
Absolutely.
We're going to need to have some miracle here.
There it is, Buck with the kill.
Yeah, over Loki, and gets the second one on M-Tray.
Now that Clash is dead, this is really good for Myth.
3 seconds remaining. He goes down, but none. Oh, he gets stuck. And with that, it becomes a 2v1. Triple kill for Demantes. Now reveal his position, and Myth bring this round back. Basically playing on the dot with time, having to stick that plant.
Absolutely, it is now 3-3. Myth have brought it back. It looks like they can sway this into their favor. This is really good. But now we have our ban phase after the roles get switched around, and definitely closer than the first map.
Exactly. I mean, last round it was 5-1, I want to say, to Myth.
I think it was 5-1, yes.
Yeah. Maybe they'll be, again, stronger on this defensive side.
Yeah.
As this is now, even though it was their map choice, this is now their probably preferred side.
Absolutely. And now we can see the Bandit ban and the Ace ban. I wouldn't be surprised to see another Shield ban or Hard Breach ban. And there it is, Hard Breach, with both electric operators in the game banned.
Leaving Mirror out in the open, and once again, we see Myth taking the opportunity to play with her.
Absolutely. I would not be surprised to see 2 mirror rounds played and then a ban straight away.
I'm thinking so as well.
And then potentially a Monty or a Blitz ban as well. We've got to get rid of those shields because there will be a shield played. As you can see, MYD bringing that Monty with Tilco, who hasn't performed well last game. But as you can see, 4-3 right now. Very, very strong.
YD already locating those bomb sites and figuring out some of the players.
Now, a very, very important strategy on this site is making sure that one wall is open so you can have a view onto IT, because IT is a really, really strong hold, especially if you're in command center. It's really, really important to just make sure you have that wall open. There's a really long angle you can hold, especially if you have a long-ranged defender on site, which they don't this round, so They'll probably hold it a bit closer, especially with the Azami on rafters. As expected, you have to play the Azami almost every time here on rafters because it's that strong. But keeping that one IT wall open and keeping one wall in server open as well, it means that defenders can go through to connector and just delay that entrance from the hard breaches in connector.
I mean, we've been able to see the way that Azami has been played, always being on those rafters, on the higher ground, putting these blades to get these extra spots. And we're gonna have to see how Myth plays out.
Absolutely. As you can see, we've got the Hibana this time, which is really, really key because there is no other hard breach operator left, so having the Hibana is really the only way to go here. As you can see, running the new DMR though, right outside of connector, making sure she gets that wall open. And just keeping an eye on this corner room here outside of servers. This is a really good C4 lineup. You can throw it outside of window and it will get someone on balcony if they're running past. But it's not going to be this C4 because Venoms has just C4'd the Hibana, which is absolutely huge. There's no more hard breach capabilities, so whatever is open, that is all that's going to be open. Where it gets broken, they can't see through it now. But as you can see, the Fenrir is holding off this Monty, and Nomad coming through downwards towards the storage area, I believe. The book from below once again. We saw this last round when Myth tried doing this last round.
It does seem like they are prepared though, to try and take out this book. However, M-Tray gets this.
Absolutely, it's just finding that entrance now for Monty. He has the hard breach out. He's probably going to try and get through this wall here, through to servers outside of connector. He has the diffuser. All he needs to do now is just get into sight and get in a corner and just turn around and plant. But these guys in Myth are just holding it off. All need to reload though, so it's more of an advantage for MYD, but they don't take that until now actually. They've got it.
Lewinsky with the perfect shotgun on Loki. And we also see the book is half HP now. After trying to play this vertically. And he finds one.
There it is, there's the vertical kill. That's what we've been waiting for with the book. And the Monty is still alive here on Make Your Destiny. This is a really good attack round. Myth only have one defender left, which is Azami, presumably in command center or rafters. He goes, she tries to push into servers, but the book gets the kill from behind and there's nothing she can do.
YD once again retaking this lead.
Now I believe this is the first time Make Your Destiny have actually started to truly shine above Myth in this series. Like, Myth have played well, but Make Your Destiny are really bringing it back. And this is the team that we were meant to see in the first game.
Exactly. I mean, it even proves the fact that they're ready to not play Mirror here and go for like Mozzie because they've seen how much of this drone utility they're using. That they need to be able to play this differently. They need to be able to lock down where all these cameras are, where they are able to see where others can't.
Yeah, the Mozzie it's certainly a unique play, but it's also a really strong one. Being able to have a Mozzie and utilize him well. Obviously, he has 3 Mozzie pests. Getting those 3 drones, if you optimize the potential of Mozzie, it all depends on how many drones he gets. It could be really good. As you can see, though, the typical Soulless, Goyo, and Smoke. But here we have Legion, too. It's more of a trap operator setup down in basement here. With the Legion going on the roam, I believe, just trying to sit down cafeteria hallway. Here we just got electrical, the corner of servers, just the Mozzie holding very, very, very good spot to roam outside of objective. Here we have a hard breach going off for, I presume, Montaigne. We've got Goyo at vending. This is above objective. You have to hold this because it's very strong. Once again, vertical play. It also leads right into the storage room, which is a very good vertical spot once again. We've got Buck looking to enter rafters. I do think he knows someone is IT, but we get the Dockerby call to make sure where the defenders are. Legion does get taken out, though. So Myth are down to 4 players as they are losing. And now the Dockerby does make the call. And that was her last call, I believe. And here we've got Corded taking out Loki and Make Your Destiny. That is the book gone. The Mozzie is now down, though, with the AK taking out the Mozzie. And Make Your Destiny are absolutely shredding Myth right now. It's a 2v4. Smoke's downstairs. I do believe Goyo needs to get back on site, or else this is just going to end badly.
I mean, this already puts Myth in a tough position of defending. I mean, it is a 4v2. They still have Deimos. They still have Monty locked down. They now know where the bomb site is. Absolutely. They might be able to just completely wipe them here.
Yeah, I mean, we can see here the Deimos is absolutely charging in with the pistol. He knows exactly where the Goyo is. Vending stairs, gets the grenade down. Goyo can't push it. He can't push it. He has to push down through the floor maybe. Doesn't get it. But Goyo's now really low with the smoke just having to defend himself. The Monty gets down with the shield. Once again, just trying to get through the floor. The smoke is now dead with the Goyo having to fend for himself. Dockerby pushing into the center room here, and it does not happen.
MYD just locked that down beautifully. Knew where Deimos was going to be playing, knew that he was going to go after them, and just tried to prioritize on getting the other one.
Absolutely. There's nothing you can do there when you are Goyo and Smoke. I mean, when you've got a well-established attack on basement like that, you have the Monty pushing down into the corner. You have the Deimos tracking you down through the floor. Where are you meant to run? Half of the basement ceiling is wooden, and it can just be shot from above everywhere. It's almost impossible at that point. Very well played.
Let's look at the fact that MV is really shining this match, going 12-4, and it's still only 8 rounds in.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at Deimos too. Emtre with the 10-4 as well. It is monstrous from those two players. Very much tell who the supports are now and who the entry fraggers are for the team. I think this is where they shine, having those very well established support and flex and entry roles shows that at the end of the day, as much as a good team can handle a pretty decent attack, when you have something so well thought out and well planned, there's almost just nothing you can do.
What I do find crazy is the fact that we saw MYD lose their map pick, and we're slowly seeing Myth have the same happen to them.
No, yeah, it's almost like their picks are working against them. It's definitely not something you'll see from teams who want to pick a map and they think, okay, we can do this map, and then they seem to just kind of get steamrolled on them. Here we've got the Maverick. Now this torch strat is really, really good. It allows this hard wall to just become soft very, very quickly, and then we can get a very easy breach in with Book. I imagine who's waiting, coming around right now, as you can see. Just down next to Generator, waiting to get up these stairs here. Oh, it's Flores instead. Use the Flores drone. That is very interesting. I think we're going to see Book just kind of flank round instead, just on his own, trying to get some solo frags. And Loki just getting in here through, I think, just checking storage on the drone to make sure no one's holding. And Glaz just waiting for the smoke here, waiting for the wall to open up, I believe, just to get it through. There it is. Now can't see the Maverick torching the wall, so all they can do now is just sit and wait for that wall to be opened. The defense has to push back here, waiting for the Monty to step back so she can reinforce his army. There it is. Rafters is now fully shut off. There's no way to see unless they pop the mirror. And now they just have to hold IT here. Baz gets knocked by C4, but I think Monty's going to go out, and there's the res. Very simple for Monty. Extend the shield and get back in.
What a shot from Coded.
Absolutely out of nowhere, down through to through the corner near Warehouse. Just below CC there. That Book had absolutely no chance to react to that. That was instant. We've got the Jaeger. This is the wall that needs to be open. It's just watching IT because it's going to be pushed through. As you can see there, there's 2 on that IT side, and there's 1 coming CC actually. So this is Army needs to watch CC. It's 2 through CC as well. Monty dancing in the CC hall, just trying to get a bit out, just to get 1 kill there. Because 1 kill, then the other one is all by themselves. But there it is, Maverick is dead, so's corded. The Flores goes down, the Monty goes down as well. Myth have got this in their control, and Mirror gets the last kill.
Once again, they all fall like flies within just a few seconds. It just proves how much planning has to go into a match or even a round just to be able to take a round.
Absolutely, it's one of those rounds. It's really slow to get into the building, but as soon as they're trying to push that objective, everyone just has to try and challenge at once.
And there we see it. I mean, Mirror was played really. There wasn't much that both teams could do against both of these operators, and I see why they were both banned.
Absolutely. I mean, both of those operators are a pain in each other's backsides. You just do not want to deal with any of them. But I mean, as soon as Monty gets banned, as you can see, it's just Blitz. It's a very, very popular recurring pattern, but the Blitz actually switches to Grim, it looks like. I think we're just going to get a Grim play here. No shields. And it does seem like Make Your Destiny actually... It seems like when they have a shield, they are almost unstoppable. I'm surprised to see no shields here, because every time they've brought a shield, they've really, really put the pressure on. And I mean, Azami had to shut off that rafters last round there. It's important to get one of those warehouse walls at the very least reinforced, so you know where they're going to come from if they try and get the other wall. But it'll most likely be a double reinforcement, just trying to keep them at bay and avoid them from getting straight into that hatch within the first 30 seconds of the round, which is just not what you want on defense. Yeah, Ram, very, very popular operator on this site. She's going to break through the window and most likely just throw the Ram straight through it. I think she's going to take a trip upstairs first, actually, into IT. Is she going to ram through? Yes, she is. And there it is. She'll have a great sight onto storage, and if no one's there, she can absolutely push down, go through the window again, and ram through into storage. This is a very, very slow attack round, of course. You just need to really scope out the area, because basement is tricky, because everybody plays everywhere on the map on basement. Like top floor, it's pretty simple top floor, because all you have to do really is just keep everyone at top. You know, you've got server defense, IT defense, rafters, and then CC. When you're on basement, there is the outside breach from the basement walls. They already know where he is in CC there. Grim is just getting attacked by the Solus, I believe. But on basement, there's so many roams that you've got to kind of cover as an attacker as well. So it's harder on defense, but it's also harder on attack, because you've really got to check every room in this building.
Especially with the fact that they didn't know which site they had picked up until 30 seconds in without the use of drones. It does prove that they had to take it really slow.
Yeah. As you can see, they're already down into the tank, into assembly now. The Deimos knows exactly where the smoke is. Deimos dies, though, to the Solus. And Azami also gets the pick on MV, but Tilko gets the kill on Legion.
Venom's gets the refrag, though. We're down to a 3v2.
Throwing a bullet into assembly, hoping someone would run into them there. Solus holding the SMG-11 in tank. As you can see, we've got Nanotech, Smoke, and the Azami is holding cargo. Now, this is really, really tough for the attackers. It's a 3v2, but Grim does have Diffuser. However, every angle is almost being held here, and they know exactly where each other are. A great pick from the Ram with the R4C. Really, really good gun.
This does bring them back. However, with 10 seconds left, will they be able to plant?
There it is. With the SMG-11 from Solus, and again another SMG-11 kill from Solus.
Realistically, that just proved that they really did run out of time there, because their actions at the end were rushed. And because of it, Myth was really able to capitalize play on their
Absolutely.
downfall.
Myth right there. I mean, all you have to do is hold that tank with your life. You know, both of them are trying to push into that smaller room next to tank. You know, coming from that hard breach outside, it was almost a good attempt. But when you have two defenders being able to hold the window and the doorway there, because of course there is a window that they can peek, it is almost inevitable that you're just going to eventually get killed in that 1v1 scenario because someone else is going to be holding that window.
And by the instantly locating where both these bomb sites are, this, like, Myth is slowly bringing it back on this defensive side. It does seem like defensive sides are their stronger point, especially after seeing first map going 5-1, and with this map bringing it back again to 5-5.
Absolutely, it is a very tight game. Honestly, I can't decide who might actually take this. I think at the beginning of this game, I'd say in the first 6 rounds, Make Your Destiny have definitely been the stronger team. But Myth are starting to pick up the pace again. I think they're starting to be able to read Make Your Destiny. You know, they're bringing very similar attack routes now, and they really do need to switch it up. But as you can see, they've got Blitz now, Tilcore using Blitz. This is what they need. Their support player being able to play a Blitz and play it well. He played Monty in the first rounds as attack, and having this Blitz will allow them to be able to have that strong support front line and get the other two players, the two entry fraggers. Of course, we do have the Thatcher and Habana, the two top fraggers of Make Your Destiny, to be able to push behind and get those entry kills for the team. There we go, just get that IT wall up, and that's what you need. Just hold an angle, see if there's anyone's rafters. And I do believe the Habana does know that we've got the Azami on rafters. But Thatcher just waiting outside of storage window. As you can see, someone is just calmly sitting in there. Blitz comes in, they're waiting for it. Blitz is in now, but it's Warden. Warden was waiting in the storage room. He does not have a C4 left as well, so he's just gonna have to use this SMG. He's been blinded by the Ying. The Blitz come forward though. He does have the Blitz charge still available, but Loki dies to the Azami. And Myth are absolutely destroying them.
Fluency there, encoded, cleaning up. All of them being solo, and we get a beautiful flawless round. I did not expect this, especially after the fact that all of them got hit. All of them got low.
That was so quick. That was unbelievably quick. I don't know what Make Your Destiny were planning there. I think once that Blitz was in, all they had to do was just try and follow him in. I mean, when you've got a Blitz there by himself, he's defenseless against an SMG-12 Warden who has his goggles on, and of course, Warden can't be blinded if he's got that activated. So, like, as a Blitz player, and you are in that situation, and you see it's a one-on-one, you can't see anybody else, you're going to call for a teammate to come in and try and help you out, and maybe that's what caused them to actually just drop like flies there. That was instantaneous.
Exactly, I mean, like, Myth, again, bringing this back. It's back for them for match point. If they do happen to win this round, that is it. That is them taking, again, upper finals.
Absolutely.
NYD need to really focus up here to be able to take this round. Take these last 2 rounds, even.
Yeah, as stated before, this is a best-of-3 format, so if this round is won, that is game, set, and match for Myth. And it is a very good, clean sweep. Not only did they win on Make Your Destiny's best map, but they also won on their worst map, and that is something that only a really good team can produce.
Exactly. I mean, they are proving to show like how much they are able to capitalize on, how much they can change up the methods.
As we can see, this server rotate once again, it's very important. You always reinforce that left side wall, because when you're in connector, having that left side wall there, it allows you cover as a defender to peek in through the right side as a defender into this connector, but allows you to rotate back when you are holding it and the attackers get that main breach open. It's very, very important. And electrical as well. This C4 position again in particular is huge. Because the second you hit one punch on that barricade and you throw that C4, you're definitely going to get a kill. 9 times out of 10, unless they do a fake, you know, just punch run. But most likely it's going to end up in a very, very nice C4 kill. and it would probably be a flank operator such as Nomad or maybe this Sentinels we got here.
Clash gets targeted. Let's see if Deimos will be able to capitalize on this and just send it in like he usually does.
Yeah, however, obviously, because it's Clash, this Deimos really can't push. And if you look at the floor, this is a very solid floor. I do not believe this can be shot through, so the Deimos can't really capitalize on the scan. But this Brava gets killed, and I think it's the first time we've actually seen a Brava this series, unless I'm very mistaken. And the Deimos also gets dropped by the Legion.
Legion capitalizing again and getting 2.
Yeah, but he's also half HP, so he needs to be very, very careful. Around 60 HP, 50. It's a 5v3, sorry, for Myth. And honestly, I think this looks like it's the end of the series. We have Deimos, the top fragger of the team. 2 top fraggers of the team are gone.
Exactly. Maybe if one or the other were still alive, we could see a change around, but it does seem like it's going to be a tough one.
Absolutely. Obviously, we can hear the M4 shots going off there, plus the other shots from the Grim. As you can see, they're just trying to wait for it, but the default also gets killed.
And that is another flawless, and Myth take the round.
I mean, what more could you do as an attacker there? Look at that flank from the Legion, of course. That was a phenomenal win. And Myth takes the series. It is 2-0 to Myth. What a game.
They really did show how they are really the underdogs, and they're proving it to us, especially with how Coded played that match. 18-8.
That is phenomenal. I mean,
can we talk about that? Him almost getting a 20 bomb
that is nuts.
In this match.
Like, you have to consider as well, all of these guys are really high ranked players. Phenomenal players. And just being able to perform that well against a team who looked so structured with a 70+% win rate. Wow, that was...
Exactly. I mean, wow. We have no words.
Yeah,
genuinely.
Speechless. Honestly, we expected it to be close. Obviously, that second game was really close, and it looked like Make Your Destiny was about to take that. That could have been 1-1. We could have looked at a 3-game series. But, wow, Make Your Destiny have been absolutely obliterated towards the end there. They did put up a really good fight, though, and I honestly thought that this could have been a win for Make Your Destiny. But
I know. I feel like Myth really did do that learning. They really tried to figure out what Make Your Destiny usually do within these situations, within these operator choices, within all their structured plans. And I mean, it was proven to us today.
Absolutely.
Of how much training has gone in.
Yeah.
And them taking this beautiful 2-0, winning, I think, at least 80%, 80, maybe even 85% of their defensive half throughout both these games. Just pure dominance.
Yeah, I mean, Nighthaven Labs, it is a very balanced map. I mean, you know, you can win very, very well on attack. You can win very well on defense. But if you have such a structured team like Myth and Make Your Destiny, both of them very structured, don't get me wrong, but Myth being able to produce those counter plays and outplay the opponents just shows how much thought and practice went into this, especially with them being able to win on their weakest map of the tournament. Because there must be there's got to be some sort of change up that they made to be able to produce a really good defensive half there from Myth.
I know. I mean, it did look like MYD were going to take this round, or at least take this map. And then Myth taking that defensive half, losing a couple of rounds and understanding what they had to do to lock down these sites, to make sure that Make Your Destiny would not be able to enter.
Absolutely. And I mean, like I said earlier on, we did get to see the Capital. I'm very happy to see the Capital being played there. There's so many really unique operator plays there. Especially, I love the Denari setups as well on that top floor in Nighthaven. That was really good. And also that first floor. If that first floor bank Denari tripwire got the kill, that would have been really funny. But I think the best kill of the whole series there had to be that Amaru up the elevator and the knife on that Echo, who was absolutely clueless.
I don't think Echo even expected anyone underneath him. So.
I mean, when there is a hatch that isn't even broken and you don't even know what operator they've brought to the table, you just cannot expect that Amaru. I thought that was really, really clever. And obviously, it worked perfectly fine. The Clash players as well, the Clash, the shield backing up the attackers on both sides, that was really good as well. Myth just absolutely blew it out the park there. Any final words?
I mean, the amount of times we were able to see Monty close the gap, that they had to get banned quite a few times. It's the same with Mira. First match, we barely even saw her played. I don't think we even saw her played.
I know, yeah. I was really happy actually to see the Mira because like she's such a strong operator. It was about time we got to see some Mira usage in that last game. And I mean, honestly, what better map to use Mira on than the Nighthaven?
Yeah.
It's very fun to watch Mira gameplay because not only as a defender is it fun to just be able to try and quick peek those mirrors, but as an attacker, you've really, really got to be careful and really decide where you want to push in because it's almost guaranteed death if you even try to swing a mirror. It's very, very interesting. So I'm glad to see some.
It's just how good her util is. Like, there is no denying that.
Absolutely.
And the only way to realistically remove her is just to ban her.
I mean, yeah. I don't think there's much you can really do with Mira to try and make her a non-bannable operator because she is just that good. Like, fundamentally built, she is that good. But right now we're going to look at some replays and we're going to see the best moments of this series. This is Storage when Warden got the kill on the Book, I believe, trying to plant there. It was a very close round, but Warden obviously takes it.
I mean, that quad kill almost could have been beautiful from it.
Absolutely. And I mean, that Book through the floor as well, that was really good play. This is what Book is used for. That vertical play, it is really, really, really viable. I mean, especially in higher ranks, when you need to just destroy that floor. What the attackers can't do then, they can't stand where you've broke that floor because not only is there someone below looking at it, but if you even try to move away from the floor, usually it's in the way of a door which is open to more than likely another attacker trying to wait for it.
And it just makes it so much harder to take these rooms that are crucial for taking map control.
Absolutely. The replays that game there, I believe they were both Make Your Destiny. I think the Myth one was the attack on the Book from below, but both sides did really play well. It is just a case of who could just slightly outmaneuver the other one there. But we will also take a look at the scoreboard of the game and see which players performed the best.
I mean, there you have it. Even though Coded, like, there's nothing to talk about realistically. 7-5, 18-8, 3-0 entry. Coded, the Mantas, they played really, really well. They focused on these entries, and they were able to bring it back.
Absolutely. And to be fair, you look at MV and M-Tray on Make Your Destiny, it was still pretty close. They did have a 1.63 and a 1.25 KD, very, very good. But when you have someone as strong as Domantis and Coded using those entry frag operators, what are you meant to do?
They were able to just shut down fights before they even properly started.
Yeah, very, 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 very good game. But I think there you have it. Overall, we have Make Your Destiny losing to Myth by 2-0. It was a close series, but Myth have just been able to outperform slightly in those games. The first game was purely Myth absolutely destroying Make Your Destiny, but it was so close. Make Your Destiny nearly came back, and it could have been a very close series. But eventually, overall, 2-0 to Myth. Any last words?
I mean, I think we're all shocked by how Myth was able to bring that back, especially with our predictions. That went completely the opposite way. Not even a 2-1 to Myth, a 2-0.
Not even nowhere near close. You know, we came into this, Myth are the underdogs. You know, Myth were meant to be the ones to have to try and push through. They were meant to be the ones who maybe had to come back. But, I mean, at the end of the day, they performed better. They clearly practiced. They clearly knew what they were doing. And overall, that was phenomenal. Not much else to say, really. We will wrap this up. I've been Christian, your main play-by-play caster.
Alongside Victor. And I hope you guys have a great day tonight. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you guys maybe tomorrow.
Bye-bye.